In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can automate the process of creating and editing videos with Remotion and Claude Code. Now, you can see on the screen, there are a few examples and people are literally creating full videos with Remotion and Claude Code, and I'm going to show you how you can do exactly the same thing. Now, I've actually gone ahead and created this video here, comparing Premier League top scorers and assisters this season. So you can see it's pulled in all of the information, images of players, all the stats, and that is literally just from prompting Claude Code to go out and do this and installing the Remotion Skill. Now, this is actually surprisingly really easy to set up. Now, what you want to do first off is, if you haven't already got Claude Code, you want to download Claude Code. And there's many ways that you can run Claude Code. You can run it in the terminal, you can run it on VS Code, anti-gravity, but the easiest way to get started with it is just to download the Claude desktop app. Now, when you're inside Claude Code, it will be looking something like this, and you can see that you have chat, co-work, and code up here. You will need the Pro plan to be able to use Claude Code, but the possibilities are endless with Claude Code. You can do so much, and it's definitely worth the money. Now, when you're actually inside Claude Code, really easy to get started with Remotion. What Remotion have done is they've basically created a Claude Code skill. Now, what skill is basically just a big prompt that explains to Claude how to use the Remotion video editor. Now, Remotion is a code-based video editor, and Claude Code will actually go out, do the research, and then put all of that together inside of Remotion, which will then be hosted locally on our computer. Now, you can see here the difference between an MCP and a skill. So an MCP connects Claude to external tools and data, whereas a skill actually teaches Claude Code how to behave and process information. So instead of typing out a massive prompt, you can just literally grab a skills file, drop that into Claude, and it will do that for you. Now, I'll leave this skill in the description of this video, so you can just copy and paste it into Claude Code and get started straight away. Now, we're going to do that. I'm just going to copy and paste that, come back to Claude. Now, what you want to do is you want to choose a folder where everything, all the information, all the assets, all the files will be stored. Now, I've already created a folder. So we're going to use this Remotion testing folder. And then all we're going to do is just paste in our skill there. After that, we're just going to give it a really basic prompt. In this case, obviously, if you're creating a more complex video, you want to give it a more complex prompt, but I'm just going to recreate the video that I showed you at the beginning of this video of the Premier League stats and all of that stuff. Now, I'm actually using a platform called Whisper, which allows me to talk to Claude Code and it will copy and paste my voice into here instead of actually typing out the prompt. It's a little bit easier, but let's get started with this and I'll show you exactly how to do it. Now, I'm just going to quickly say what sort of video I want. So, okay, so we're going to create a video using Remotion and the skill that I have provided. So I want you to download that skill. And then the video we're going to create is going to be about Premier League stats this season. So I want you to pull in all of the top scorers, all of the top assisters, pull in all of their information, create a comparison chart, pull in different images of the players, and then put them all together and build me a video within Remotion. So you can see that's pretty much the transcript of what I said automatically popped in there. So if you haven't got Whisper, it's really useful and you get a certain amount for free as well. Now, once you've got that there, the skill there as well. All you need to do, click on code here and just start the workflow. Claude will then actually ask you a few questions as you go. You just need to accept all of them. So it goes ahead and actually goes out and creates this video. So you can see it's asking me different things. You can see the to-do list that is generated. So install the Remotion Skill and set up project, research Premier League top scorers, research Premier League top assisters, design and build the Remotion video components, and then render the final video. Now, all you need to do, just hit enter on everything that Claude asks you, and it will get to work and actually build out that video for you. Now, while this is going ahead, I want to explain in a little bit of a simpler workflow here for you to actually understand what's going on. So we have the input and idea and data that's going into our AI engine, in this case, Claude. And then we're downloading our skill, in this case, Remotion. And then Claude's actually going to go to the web, find all of our assets, in this case, images of players, statistics, and all of that stuff. Then using all of the assets and information that is found is going to put them together in Remotion and output our video. You can also see here in this diagram basically just how this is working. So Remotion being the external skill and the prompt that we're putting into Claude, and then the integration that's happening between them, and then Claude's actually the coding platform that's going to bring all of our clips together. Now, the videos that I've actually been generating here are a couple more examples. I'll show you them. They're surprisingly good, to be honest. Now, once they're done, you can go in and edit them really easily, and I'll show you how to do that once our video has been completed. But these are just a few simple videos that were just one-shot prompts, exactly like I just did in the example a second ago. Haven't edited these videos at all. They're just, the output from the one-shot prompt. But you can see that it's actually done a really, really good job. It's gone out, found all the information for me, and put together these videos. So it's super, super powerful. And yeah, the possibilities are endless with this. And then here's more of a cinematic video. But the cool thing about Remotion and Claude, you can use your own assets. So if you have videos or different clips or different images, like for example, like a logo for your business or some video that you've generated with VO3 or Sora, you can add that to the file and then get Claude to actually use those clips. So you don't have to tell Claude to go out and search the web for clips all the time. You can actually use your own clips, which is really, really powerful. Now let's head back to Claude quickly, accept all this, and then I'll come back once our video has been completed and we can try editing it and view it and see what it looks like. So while our video is still generating in the background, I wanted to show you this website here. Basically what it is it's just a library, a massive library of tons and tons of different skills. Now, we're obviously using the Remotion skill in this video, but you can see that there are an endless amount of skills that you can come in here and use within Claude Code. So you can see lead research assistant, content creator, agent development, UX researcher and designer, brainstorming, PDF processing. Basically, it just is a shortcut for a long-winded prompt that you would have to write in yourself and go back and forth. These are preset for you, making it really easy to build whatever you want with Claude. Now, I'll leave the link to this website in the description of this video, as well as the Remotion skill, so you can come in and straight away get started and playing around with this stuff. So Claude is still building out our video, but you can see what it's doing here. It's going out fetching information, and then it will tick off parts in our to-do list. So you can see that it's done researching the Premier League top scorers, it's done researching the Premier League top assists. It's got to set up our Remotion project and design and build our Remotion video components and then render the final video. Now, you can literally come in here and see everything that it's doing step by step. It will ask you some questions along the way, but you've just got to accept them and approve what it's doing. So you can see here it's actioning now. Now let me create all the scene components in parallel. So it's creating our video components, and then it's going to fuse them together and then actually give us our video in Remotion. Now, you can use this for anything really. I've come up with a little example for you. So you could have a AI video editing agency. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you don't need Claude to go out there and do the research for you. You can provide the research if you want. So you can provide the assets, the images, the logo, the brand colors, whatever you want really. So yeah, you can edit videos with AI now. You can rewrite scripts. You can do pretty much anything, and you can build a business off of this, like an AI video editing agency in this example, or you can create your own YouTube videos completely with this tool. So the possibilities are endless. I definitely recommend jumping on to Claude Code and trying this Remotion skill out, because as you saw, it's really, really easy to do. Okay, so our video has been completed. Let's check it out and see what we've got. So once your video has actually been completed, this will pop up in your browser, which is the Remotion editing platform. Excuse me. And you can see that we have a few different things. So we have the assets, we have the components in our video, and then we can render it if we want to. But I just wanted to mention as well, in the assets tab, it will tell you you can add more assets in the public folder of your project. So the folder that we created at the beginning of this video, where we actually told Claude Code to go and build this project inside of, you can go into that folder and drag and drop different assets in. Now, doing this sort of thing would be easier if you're using Claude Code through VS Code, because you can actually see the folders in the sidebar. But for the purpose of this video, we're just using the Claude Code desktop app. Now let's have a look at our video. Premier League stats and analysis, top scorers. So it looks pretty good. There are a few changes that I would want to make, like we actually didn't get any of the images coming through, and we want the images. So I'm going to go back to Claude and I'm just going to say add images of the players, and then we're going to run it again. And actually we're going to change a couple things. I might actually add in a couple more bits, maybe change the color of the background and stuff like that. Okay, so you can see here that I've added a few different things. So I've said, can you add images of the players? I've also said, can you get the Premier League logo, and then also change the color of the background? And then I've just hit enter, and Claude Code is going to go out and find this information for me. So let's see what it comes up with. So just while Claude Code is still running, I wanted to show you back in our Remotion tab now. It's under the Assets tab. It's actually gone out and found all the images. So we've got a folder with all the player images, and we've got a PNG of the Premier League logo. So that's good news. You can see that it's updating in real time as well. And then the background colors just changed. Let's go back to Claude, see what it says. It's still doing its thing. I found when testing this, it takes anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes to make the first draft of this video, depending on what you want it to do. So if you're telling it to go out and actually find information for you, it's going to take a bit longer. But if you provide it with, excuse me, if you provide it with the video, the assets, and all of that stuff, it will be way, way quicker, because all it will need to do is just fuse that together. Now it's still going, so it's updating the outro with the Premier League logo and the new background. But I also wanted to mention you can stack skills within Claude Code. So if you wanted to use different skills with this, then that's easily doable. Just go to that skills website that I left in the description and just copy and paste the skills straight into Claude Code, and you can try merging that. Done. So that's done. Let's head back to here, refresh the page. Look at our video. Premier League logos there, perfect. We've got some images. I guess it couldn't find some images of some of the players, but that's fine for now. Cool. So a lot better. I noticed that a couple of the images of players aren't quite right, but like I showed you, you can go back to Claude and then just prompt it again and say some of the players' images aren't right, please change them. But it can tell you here, downloaded the real player headshots for 11 of the 16 players. But yeah, you can go in and you can basically say, change this, change that. It's fully customizable. But you can see the power of something like this, essentially replacing your video editor. Now I'm going to actually drop a few more advanced tutorials on Remotion and Claude within my free Skool community in the description below. So be sure to head over there and you'll find a lot more content on generating more complex videos. But thank you very much for viewing this video. I'll leave everything in the description, so the Claude Skills website, the Remotion Skill, and everything else for you. But thank you very much for viewing. Have a great day. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and join my free Skool community in the description below.